All right, in today's video, I stopped by Adam's place from the Half Inch Wrench crew, and we are out here searching for the Sasquatch. He's been having activity in the area. He's been hearing wood knocks. He's been capturing some strange things in the woods on his thermal device, and also his brother down the road has been hearing wood knocks as well. So it seems like when they're here in this area, they're also down the road. So maybe they're traveling through, maybe they're migrating, or they just decide to become active. But nonetheless, I do have the Altel drone, so we're gonna throw that up in the air. Hopefully we can capture something. Lately it's just been turkey, deer, regular things that you see out in the Missouri woods, but you never know. I'm remaining optimistic, and maybe one day we'll capture something very unusual, but I don't know. I just have this strange feeling that something's gonna happen tonight, and I don't know, I feel like things are meant to be. I also want to mention, if you guys can, keep Charlie Kirk's family in your prayers. What happened to him was truly awful, and yeah, it just seems like if you speak the truth, bad things happen to you, and that's just horrible. And I don't know, we're allowed to express our own thoughts, and especially with the freedom of speech. So I feel like that's what all that was about. And yeah, if you talk about God, if you talk about the truth, if you hurt people's feelings, there's people out there that will do horrible things to you. And yeah, definitely keep his wife, his kids, his family members in your prayers. And yeah, it's a sad thing. But yeah, let's get out there, let's do some research, let's see what we can come up with. And I appreciate every single one of you for watching. All right, what are we doing, Adam?
We're going to a conservation area down the road. We're going to a conservation area down the road here, and we're going to hike one of the trails. There's been a lot of reports, not necessarily reports, but the camp hosts at the campground down there took a lot of reports from campers that, like, people would come in on a Friday and they would go to camp, and then Saturday morning they'd be knocking on the camp host's door wanting their money back because they weren't staying because something chased them off a Turkey Creek trail. It was messing around, all kinds of stuff, messing around their camp, something dragging off their coolers, stuff with red eyes being chased, all kinds of scary stuff.
Is it really 1046?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was right.
Every time I change the time, the battery dies, so I
See,
haven't touched it.
this would be the time for a Squatch to run out in front of the road when I'm actually recording. Because it happens so fast, if one did run in front of the road and I had my camera, it'd be too late if I wasn't recording.
Yeah. Right around this corner is where my friend Cody got chased by that thing with the red eyes. He never actually seen what it was, but it was chasing him. He could hear its feet behind him. And then, you know, I'd say about 7 months later is when I seen the red eyes in his driveway. That was when I had my first, holy crap, there's other stuff out there.
Yeah. Are we dropping the kids off at the park? Okay. Yes? We're bringing Ums with us. You want to go? Come on.
Yes.
Okay. Squatch just ran off now.
It's a spike.
Oh, I can see it pretty good. I think it's a spike.
It's a baby.
It's a spike. It's not a baby. It's a spike.
It's a spike. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
it is.
How is it a spike? It's got
Two little
horns.
bitty horns. All right, we are on the trail in the spookiest area in the county. And Adam mentioned, do you feel it? And I definitely do. It was just like pitch black in here, but there's like an energy, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Like a negative energy. This is where I always want you to come and shoot a film by yourself.
I told you, I ain't going by myself.
No, I got areas just like this where I live at, and I know they're in there, guaranteed, but it's the main reason I don't go is because there's no camping in these areas, and they got all the gates locked, but you have to be out by 10. I guarantee they already know we're here.
Yeah.
They're gonna follow us in and then let us know on the way out. But if nothing happens, we go back to your place, we investigate the river dweller, because he's just hanging out across the bank. Seriously. If you've heard wood knocks, I mean, I hate to say it, but that might be better than out here. If we do run into something in here, it's probably going to be the big male. Or like a dog man.
We are in a drought right now, and it is warming back up, so they are hanging around the rivers. So we're walking straight to a river.
That's what I'm saying.
In the daytime, it's beautiful back
There
here.
are locals where you live. Like, I think they're there year round. Blew my mind that they whooped 2 times in February when it was cold. I still feel like that heat spot was a portal. Remember that?
That was
Felt
weird.
like we walked into an oven when it was like 29 degrees. That was weird.
That was weird. I haven't yet to ever feel anything like that.
Yeah, I've never experienced that. Even the leaves were curling, like from intense heat. Like,
A couple of these wooden bridges.
you know, like when you put a blow dryer in your face, it was like that. Like, it felt like my hair was like lifting.
It was hot here. Straight
Yeah.
hot here.
I used to work at
Dramatically different.
I worked at a factory where they cooked the cores for like transformers. And when you walk into the ovens, like that's what it felt like. Like I walked into these hot ovens.
My friend Joe, he's my hardcore hunting buddy. We went down by David's by the killing fields and did rifle season. None of us harvested a deer, so we packed up Sunday after our morning hunt. Got back because some of us had to work Monday morning, so we got back. We had enough time to get an evening hunt in. I'm like, well, let's just run down the road and go down here. So, is it okay to say the location?
Yeah.
So we come down here to Mill Streams, and we take, there's me, Brittany, my little boy, and Joe. Joe never hunted in here. That's all right. So we get down in there. I tell Joe, this is where I want you to walk in. This is all asphalt. So you can't walk too far, because like I said, I told you, I built a fence for the neighbor that lives over here, all the way down to the river. So if he gets too far, he's going to hit that fence. He's either going to hit road, fence, or river, or he'll find this asphalt trail. So I wasn't really worried about Joe. So I tell him, go in, there's a ravine, you'll get down there, there's a dry creek, it'll go up, it'll drop back down, there'll be a second dry creek. You come up out of Dry Creek, sit on that ridge. That's where I want you to sit. That's where all the big buck have been passing through there. So he goes in there.
Damn, it was powerful.
So Joe goes in there, and we go in about 150 yards. We go about 150 yards on his right, and we walk in together. I walk in as a family with my family. He walks in alone. We hit the first ridge, or dry creek, over the ridge, hit the second dry creek. We stop. That dog sounded close.
There's no dog.
Oh, that one right there where the deer at, that's the only house in here. I mean, I guess it could just be that loud.
Yeah, farm dog.
Anyway, we sit down. We sat in there for a couple hours. Elias fell asleep. Sun started dropping down, started getting a little too dark. So we come out.
Hang on. Don't freak out, but I think I saw like red eyes. I'm not kidding. Okay. About 7 foot high. Alright, just keep talking. Maybe the camera picked that up. I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure I saw 2 red eyes over there.
It instantly gave me goosebumps because
Me too.
right here at the entrance is where I seen those red eyes. Right there.
Let's just say I didn't see that.
Okay.
Just in case. Like I said, I forgot mine. But long story short, what happened after that? In case one.
We got back to the asphalt. Joe wasn't here. So we was waiting around. It got dark. I started getting worried. He had on his full hex suit. And we were freaking out because we'd lost Joe. I lost my buddy. I'm freaking out. He fell down. He broke his leg. He's hurt. You know, We're yelling, Joe, Joe. Whistling, trying to lead him back this way. About an hour goes by. No Joe. And we finally see his light, and he's way up here.
What?
We see his light. He's way up here.
How did you
I
get
said,
there?
dude, what happened? He's out of breath. Like, what happened, man? He said, I don't know what happened. He said, I walked in. He said, I got down there. He said, I found a spot. He said, I kind of liked it. He said, I smoked a cigarette. He said, when I smoked my cigarette, I made a second decision that I want to go a little deeper. He said, I was just up on that little ridge you told me to sit on. He said, the brush was a little less over there. So he went to the brush. He stopped. And he said, there was a trail. He said, how in the hell did I get to a trail? He was all the way down there on Turkey Creek Trail. And he got on his Onyx, and he's like, how did I walk that far?
Like missing time, missing
Yeah.
place?
It's
Yeah,
like, how did I
I've heard
walk that far? And he said, and it was starting to get dark. He's like, what? So he started coming back. He's like, it's getting dark. I want to get out here before it gets dark. And he found 2 little pine trees and an X on his way out. And he says, I know they weren't there because it was right beside where he put his cigarette butt out.
Wow.
The butt's still there. There's 2 little pine trees pushed over. And he had missing time. We get him. He explains that. We start coming out of here. He's kind of mad. Like, he's mad at himself. Like, how did I let that happen? I think the hex suit might have saved his life. Like, if these things can telepathically do this infrasound, whatever that is, maybe that saved his life. But we're coming out of here, and we get really to right about where we're standing. And he would stop to say, you know, talk about what was happening. And we would hear shuffling. Like somebody was walking. Like we would stop, it would stop, but it would stop a little late. I got our attention. We looked at each other like, yeah, you acknowledge that? Yeah, I acknowledge that. We kept going. I said, all right, everybody stop. We stopped. Boom, boom. Okay. We started racking bullets. Brittany was up front with Elias, my son. I think Joe was in the middle, and I walked out of here backwards. Like we were ready to shoot, and you could hear this thing walking. When we got in the parking lot, we wasted no time getting in the car.
Yeah.
But it was freaky. And when you just said that,
I'm not joking. I swear I saw something. Yeah, the forest gypsies will parallel you. They'll follow you. They're out here, man.
there's a tree break there. There's a tree break right there.
It is. Did something fall on it? Let's go see how fresh that is.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like anything fell on it. Well, is that a stump?
Cut trees there.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
All right, now you guys got the update on what's been going on here. And yeah, this place is spooky. I've heard so many stories from this area. Yeah, it looks like something was chainsawed here. So whatever they cut killed that cedar tree.
They cut some trees here, so there's brush. Dude, out there at Fort Leonardwood, it was kind of like this. But down at the river bottom, dude, one squatch went around us. Like, he circled us. I saw it clear as day on the thermal, but on the actual recording, the file, it looks a little blurry. But it bobbed up and down. Yeah, it bobbed up and down like a turkey when it ran. It wasn't like
so
gliding.
Detailed through the eye on this, but when you put it in a video, boop.
Yeah, Pulsar needs to work on that crap. That's how it was off the Ozark Trail. Dude, I could see them. I watched a Sasquatch pick up a rock and slam it down, and it was like awesome quality. And then when I watched the video file, it sucked. It was like blob squatch. Yeah, I was so pissed off. Like, dude, they do that crap on
When I
purpose.
look at deer with this thing, you can see every hair. You can see their lips.
I know.
You can see them just chewing.
Yeah.
You can almost see their eyes moving almost.
Yeah.
And you put it on there, they're just one solid
I know.
color.
Once you put it on the computer, it sucks. It's like, I didn't pay thousands of dollars for crappy quality. So I just saw a blinking light over there. Nobody else is here. Yeah, look through your thermal. It'd be rough out here. In the wintertime, yeah. Did you hear that though?
Yeah. Did it come from that way?
Either that way. Yeah. That sounds off, doesn't it?
It does. I think it sounds to me like it's coming from down there.
Yeah, first I thought over here, but now I'm
Down
thinking
there
of
where you seen the light.
yeah, like where I seen the light.
Alright, things are getting hairy. If you guys want to see this footage, go to the half-inch wrench crew. Dude, that does not sound like an owl. Not completely. Are you sure you want to do this? You better make your mind up right now, because once we get further down this trail, things are going to get dangerous.
This was your idea, so we die. This is your idea.
Okay, cool. If something happens, I want you to live, because you got kids, Brittany. All I have is... Yeah, I'll grab it, shoot you in the knee, and then pick up on it.
If you can. Because the GPS is what's going to be right out of here.
Yeah. I didn't bring my backpack, but I just regret not grabbing my Gerber knife. Feels off in here. I've noticed all the brakes. Oh, I hear something moving, do you?
What was it?
Okay, so me and Dad walked down the trail, and there's down here when we get to the corner, you'll see why I call it the corner, because it's like, and there's a bench there. We walk down there, we're sitting down, there's like a ravine you could look over, a nice, holler. We're sitting there, just being quiet, and we hear walking, and this baffles me. If Dad's watching this, this is going to click right back into his mind. This was weird.
Like that, huh?
Yeah, that's weird. It almost sounds like a monkey.
Yeah, it does. It sound.
Yeah, like at the zoo. But we hear this walking, and it sounds like a man dragging a deer out of the woods. And I'm getting old buck fever. Like, here he comes, Dad. There's a big old buck coming up through here. It was in between, like, we're down there, and this is in between us and where we're standing now. And dude, it was so loud. There is no reason, because you can walk on this asphalt and not make any noise. You can sneak up on a deer real easy.
Yeah, that's true.
I walked to try to corner this thing. It never came out. It never went back. It never went anywhere, dude. This thing was loud. It was like something invisible was walking through there. And it made so much ruckus that me and Dad both had our guns. We're like, one of the two of us is getting a deer. But it kind of, like I said, it kind of sounded like a person dragging a deer. If we don't see a deer, at least we'll get to congratulate somebody on their kill. Maybe even help them drag it out. This is a long walk. It was weird.
That is strange. That's how my buddy in Greenville saw that dog man when he was riding his bike with his dog, because it's paved like this, just real quiet when you're walking, through big timber.
You got to jump on it. You hear him coming.
When I saw that juvenile, it was on that paved part. Remember when I took you out there? It was paved. But I stepped on a rock, and that's when he scurried through the woods on all fours.
There's a lot of breaks in here.
I told you.
What are all them trees, man?
What?
It should get really thick down here.
Something's in there.
I don't know, something was in there, man. Sounded like a big bird. I can't believe you didn't hear that.
I heard it.
Okay, that's good. Oh, it was like wings flapping. Yeah, right up in here.
I heard the squeaking sound.
No, not that.
Yeah, 'cause I like hunting out here a lot, and I told Sam about it. I'm like, hey man, you gotta go out there. There's a lot of good food plots and stuff. Sam came out here and checked it out. He's like, he liked it, so he said, man, I'm coming back in the morning with my tree climber. Sam's like us, he likes to get up before the sun comes up. But he come out there, and he got his tree climber on his back in that same parking lot. And he said he got almost to that little field that was right there. I don't know if you've seen that. There's a field right there next to that parking lot, and he said something screamed down there. And he turned around and put his stuff back in the truck.
I don't blame him.
And he sent everybody a message, hey, I'm waiting on the sun to come up, but I heard something out there, and I just want everybody to know where I'm at. It scared him that bad.
Yeah. You come out here on the wrong day, you're going to pay. They'll make you pay for it. It's just a matter of being there at the wrong time.
A day like today.
I don't know, so far it's been pretty peaceful. That's what it always seems like until it turns into chaos. But if it does happen, we ask for it. It's that winged creature. Yeah, it sounded like it had wings, right?
It did. Definitely rustling around.
Yeah.
Might have both jumped.
Thick in there.
Velociraptor.
Yeah.
She's a clever girl. That's what she's doing.
Clever girl.
Help me.
Who knows? Maybe the Squatch saw us. They're like, it was awful. They were so ugly. I'm traumatized.
The big one smelled like rotten burrito.
But Dad, it was real. You know humans don't exist, son. I swear. I saw one.
This is where me and Dad were sitting when we come up from that way and was going this direction slow. So I went up there and tried to cut it off. There's nothing there.
You'll be running out of this area and it zigzags all the way through the woods. So basically you're like running back and forth.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. Like that guy from Shrek in the very beginning. The Farquaad guy, he's running around the nets.
Mm-hmm.
Shrek just walks straight through him. I guess that's what's going to be doing to us when we get it right out here.
Dude, these things will freaking pick you up and slam you against a tree. I've heard of them doing that to people. Like there's that joke on the internet where the guy's sleeping in a sleeping bag and a Sasquatch like whips him around in circles. But no, they've done that to people where they just like pick him up and slam him up against a tree. This guy named Chris out there by Springfield, Missouri, one broke his back. It like launched him, threw him against a tree. Try getting him to come on the channel.
That's the stuff you think about when you're sleeping in a tent.
I know.
Like all you are is a tree burrito when you're in a hammock.
They're like, it's a him. Get him. You can see all the stars here. Dude, you should set up camp right here. Is this a cliff?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You can hear the water down there. Oh wow, you can see the Milky Way. Not very well on my camera, but I can see it with the naked eye. Something's biting me.
Cat.
I know, it does look like that.
That was a
No, it's a possum. Their red, beady eyes. These things will chase you, man. I've had them chase me before, and they hiss. Scary. Terrifying. What was that, white?
Deer.
Deer?
There's a deer there.
You know they can shapeshift into deer.
Man, I just seen those red eyes, but
Mm-hmm.
go.
Okay. We're hitting wildlife, so you must be doing something in it. Whoa! What's up, little guy?
What's over at that ride?
Don't jump on my face. No strength.
The moon's showing up on the pulsar. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's just some deer sitting there.
It's like Jurassic Park. Watch one run out there and grab a deer. Right there is where it came from, where you're looking.
Oh yeah, he's pointing.
He's looking over where you heard the sound.
Mm-hmm. That's where I heard something walking earlier. What is it, Bubby? He's bird dogging something. Look over there with your thermal. Intensify the IR. Wonder what he was growling at. Oh, I saw something over here. There's a light bug, lightning bug.
Thermal looks pretty good too.
I don't see nothing.
Nothing? I heard something
I
splash.
did. There's something. That's a splash.
Big splash.
Alright, tonight I am sleeping in the ambulance. I suspect it's haunted because souls have passed in here. He was talking about how those doors would just like swing open or rattle. But yeah, this thing is cool. It's fully loaded, ready for investigations. But yeah, not too much happened tonight. But how are you going to know if you're not out there? Alright, I'll tune back in with you guys in the morning. Take care. It's the next day. We got some breakfast and I'm going to throw up the drone and see what's out there. I didn't use it last night because I wanted to save my battery for today. I feel like I've been having more luck with the daytime drone footage with the super hybrid zoom. And yeah, we're going to go out to a place called Cherokee Pass, Sarah Barton Murphy, the Rockpile Mountain area, and there's been a lot of reports out there. I was actually watching the Bigfoot Society yesterday, and he had a guy from Madison County that was like naming off the same areas that I've been researching, and that's where he had his encounter. And it was a very interesting story. What we found interesting was the guy mentioned these silver, bright, white-looking eyes on this creature, like silver glowing eyes, and he described it like, I don't know, like the white reflectors off of a police vehicle. But when I interviewed Tim, Adam's dad, from
from the half-inch wrench crew. He mentioned that. He said it had like these silver glowing eyes, and he was the only person I've ever heard say that. He's the only person I've ever heard give that description. And when I was listening to Bigfoot Society, that guy from this area, we don't know who it is, but he gave that same description with the creature that he encountered. So Jeremiah, if you're listening to this, maybe you can put us in touch with that guy. I think it'd be really cool to hear that guy's encounters and kind of meet up with them and compare it to the stuff we have going on down here, because I'm pretty sure that guy gave, I don't know, it was the same location where my friend Bill had his encounters at, and I'm wondering if it's like right down the road. But that'd be really cool to find out. But yeah, we're gonna throw up the drone. We're gonna see what we can spot out. Probably nothing, probably cattle and deer, but we'll see what happens. Okay. All right, there's the Autel drone. Let's get it up in the air.
Alright, we're going out to some old stomping ground of Miguel's. We're going out by Bill's old place. Miguel experienced some serious activity, and before I had met Miguel, I experienced some activity out there. It's a good hot spot. Some dog band sightings in the area. We're taking the Jeep because it has a winch. If there's a winch, there's a way.
Alright, off we go. I'm in the driver's seat, but there's no steering wheel.
Bluetooth.
All right, we pulled down a Forest Service road and we saw a lot of arches on the way down here. This is the area where the report on the Bigfoot Society came from. And yeah, we saw a lot of sign. It could be possible it's from the logging, from the burns, but at the same time, if someone did log this area, would they leave sign behind to communicate their frustration? What do you think, Adam?
I agree. I think frustration, because we're seeing arches in here which could be caused by these trees that have been dropped where they've tried to thin up the forest. But back there where there was nothing, in that pine thicket where there was no burn, there was a ton of arches in there.
Yeah.
Again, could be from snow accumulating and bending them over, but why just that one spot? I mean,
Yeah.
we're seeing them where there was no pines, we're seeing them where there was pines, and then we're seeing them where they've tried to thin the forest. I mean, there's arches all over in here, a lot of structures, so probably frustration.
Yeah, and again, we're not coming out here to follow up on the Bigfoot Society report. This is where we've already been. We've been down this road, and remember that night we seen all kinds of breaks, and Bill was having his sightings just right over there. So we've always wanted to come back, but when I heard that on the Bigfoot Society, I was like, yes, we already know they're in here.
Yeah, yeah, because you've been researching Bill's place that's within walking distance of here.
Yeah.
And you got some really good audio captures from there because he didn't allow infrared.
Yeah.
And which was a shame because if you would have been allowed to use your night vision, you would probably have the newest 10 out of 10 footage. But
It is what it is.
Here we are today.
Yeah. So we're going to get down here. We're going to look for some sign, and we're going to hit it hard. I just feel like they log out these areas to push the Squatch out of there. They're just having too many issues, so they say log it.
Well, they had that dogman sighting right here. And then that week, they shut this area down for hog hunting with a helicopter.
Yeah, 3 days after there was a dogman sighting. And I found dogman sign in this area. They will scratch up trees like grizzly bears, and we don't have grizzly bears around here, so that'd be the only thing that would do that, unless mountain lions do. But I found it here and on the Ozark Trail a few hours away. The same thing, just looks like claws scratched it. Not a buck, not a hog, maybe a mountain lion, but I don't know. Do mountain lions scratch up trees as markers? Let me know down in the comments below. Of course, people are going to say yes. I don't know. There's logs. So a tree fell in there. Okay. The rough road, man.
We need a trophy truck.
All right, let's get out and look for some sign. We work for the federal government.
Yeah.
The feds. Not
For
really.
legal beagle.
Yeah, so this is the stuff we were seeing last time, all the way down the road. It's a shame they logged the upper part of this, but what I'm seeing here is like this right here. Look, that fresh cedar tree is like shredded.
Yeah, and then up here on the hill you got a little break.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. See, like that one snapped. That one snapped. The one behind it snapped. I could focus on it. Oh yeah, there we go.
See how they're broke off?
Oh yeah, they're all broke off at the top. We got a lot of pink granite here too. Yeah, that one's interesting. It's still got green leaves on it. Look at that. Yep, that to me. See how it's busted? Dude, that's Squatch. The Squatch marker. But look at the ones behind it. See this one? All the same height. 1, 2, and 3. So you got a line right here. Straight line. Something crashed through here, man.
All pointing towards Bill's house.
All pointing towards Bill's place. And this is where we saw it last time, man. We should follow this line. See, it's a straight line. Straight up that way. And that came from the direction of all the arches that we've seen on the way down here as we were traversing through the national forest. So it's like a straight line. This is a trail marker. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I get excited about this stuff. I don't care what people say. Why you didn't see Bigfoot break it? I hear them breaking trees every now and then.
They did it that night you was at Bill's place. So they was, what, 20 feet from you?
Yeah. You may have not seen one.
And you were like, whoa, okay, I'm backing up.
Because a lot of people say, I've never seen a Sasquatch. It'd be cool if there was a video of them making structures. What about that one in Florida where that one's like peeling apart that tree?
Yeah. Right.
Ripping it apart like a banana. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you seen that one where that thing's like up on top of one of those trees in the swamp and it's like bashing a bird's head in on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's some stuff, man.
Hey, it's still got green on it. It's sprouting out left and right from this break. It's repairing itself. Look at that. Oh, man, I get excited about that stuff. I love the people that are like, well, if Bigfoot exists, why isn't there any trail cam photos? Why hasn't anyone else seen one? Why are you the only one that's ever seen one, huh? Can you tell me that? Okay. I don't even explain to them. It's like, oh, there's a ton of reports, a ton of sightings. You're just too dumb to know. What do you want me to tell you? I mean, I try not to get mad. I just let it go. But yeah, look at all these breaks. See that one over there? Look at that. Dude.
There's gonna be some really good tree structures in this area.
You know what this is? This is a nursery area. I don't call it a nursery area, but Bigfoot.
Probably where the young ones are playing.
BFRO does. Yeah, it's where the young ones are at. Just call it their territory. This is their territory. Nursery just sounds lame. This is where they got their babies, and you know they're raising them, they're holding them, and they wear diapers. They got a nanny in here that raises them. That's what I think of when I hear nursery. But whatever. Call it what you will.
The terrain around here just looks different. I don't know how to explain it. Alright, so Adam doesn't give a squatch. He's driving down this Forest Service road.
I don't give a squatch.
Dude, this is wild, untamed country here. Alright, that brake looks natural. Could be wind damage, but nothing's been logged around here, so I know a tree didn't fall on it. Cool. Alright, sign number one. Yeah, Adam said it's kind of weird those trees are pushed over like that.
They're driving under a giant axe.
A lot of them too. Maybe we can make it?
There's a winch, there's a way.
Well, we can't turn back around. Okay. Yeah, that's weird, man. A lot of tree damage here.
Got to face in multiple directions too. Yeah, it snapped.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you hear too when you're having activity. You'll hear big snaps like that. Like,
Yeah.
holy cow, a whole tree just came down. Should be trying to kick in.
Spare no expense. Huh?
Yeah, we might be able to get over that one.
Right? There's another one up the hill.
Is there?
Yeah.
Trying to be easy.
Dude, I think, I don't know, I feel like they're blocking these trails off. They're all directly across the trails.
Nowhere else but by the trails.
Some brakes over there and over there.
All right, so Adam stopped to put some power steering fluid in the Jeep, but man, this place is definitely spooky. Seems like they've blocked off the trails all the way down here. There's just too much tree damage. So to me, I feel like they're trying to keep people from coming back through here. This is where they live. This is their territory. I already know they're back here because we've had a ton of activity back here. This is where they surrounded us at the cabin in the Mark Twain, and they pushed over trees and they were wood knocking. Same area, same forest. And Bill seen them multiple times. Some good memories in this area.
Yeah. We heard a lot of howls and stuff come from these hollers in here.
Yeah.
This first time we really got down in here. I think you and Joe hiked down in here once before.
Yeah, we went a long ways.
That was our carry man.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got something up on the ridge. That's like the third, no, that's like the fourth or fifth break or movement that we've heard. Something's up there in that thicket watching us. We're just trying to act casual, trying to write it off, act like it's nothing.
We're just kind of speculating.
Yeah.
I was telling Miguel about how my cousin had an encounter in Oklahoma.
You hear
Yeah,
that?
there's something over there and something up
Yeah,
there.
there's two.
But that's how it happened. Was him and his wife backed into a spot in Oklahoma to go hog hunting or hunting. I don't know if there's hunting hog or what, but all they had was a camper shell in their truck. I thought they had to slide in, but I got the story all wrong. Once I got it straight from Jackson, they said they were camping. A big group of side-by-sides came through, and they stopped right below where they were camping. They had loud music blaring. They was romping on the accelerators down there, hooting and hollering, smashing bear, you know. He said they was there for 30, 40 minutes, and then they finally left. And he said the minute they left, that's when all the crazy stuff happened. They were running around the trucks, whooping, hollering, snapping trees, touching the truck, throwing rocks, just doing everything Sasquatch do.
So he thinks possibly those fish traps were created by them.
Yeah,
if it wasn't made by humans.
Yeah, him and Michelle did find some fish traps down there on that river. And he didn't know if it had been human or maybe them things were doing it. But
Yeah. They get territorial when it comes to fishing areas. I don't know why.
maybe the Sasquatch were trying to push some side-by-side riders out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And when they left, they were the only ones sitting there. And that may have upset the Sasquatch. And that may have been like, hey, you're in our fishing spot.
What is the most memorable encounter that you had? The one that really stuck with you, that you've shared with me in the past. Like, which one do you really think about the most?
The red eyes encounter I told you stuck with me the most, but I didn't know if it was Sasquatch or what it was. All I seen was the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the scariest. But the one that stuck with me the most, aside actually seeing it, was when Shelby was cleaning the pool and he heard something moving and looked up, and down there on the trail we have where you camped,
Mm-hmm.
there was one walking away from him. I was inside his house and he called me, "Get out here, grab your gun." I should have grabbed the camera. I run out there, had no idea what was going on. He's standing there with his iPhone leaning on the pool steps, and I snuck up behind him, and he would not take his eyes off where he was looking. He was locked on. He's like, "It's right there. It's right there, Adam. I swear, I seen it. It's right there." I'm like, "What? What was it?" He said, "It's a Sasquatch. It was right there." And he's sitting there for 15, 20 minutes like that. Just, "It's right there. It's right there." I couldn't see it. His phone couldn't see it. Now, we think it went around that first bend is why we couldn't see it. The sun was setting. I mean, it was darkness was rolling in fast. He takes his phone out, puts it in his pocket, and he's like, "Adam, I'm telling you, I seen it." He's like trying to convince me. "You gotta believe me." I'm like, "Well, I do believe you." I'm like looking around like, "That's pretty cool, Shelby. You got to see one." And at about that time, something took off running down through there. It took off running down through there, dude, and it sounded like a car or bulldozer was running down through there. I was absolutely sure that if we went down there next day, there was just going to be a line of trees down, and there was only one tree down. It sounded like a tornado was blowing through there. I didn't know whether to run or start just shooting, because that was probably the most exciting. And then it was just kind of like, that's the only part that I seen was the brush moving and the crashing noises it was making. It never howled. I actually yelled when it was going on, like, "Hey!" Like, people do with the bears, because it scared me that much. It, startled me.
Mm-hmm.
And Shelby, he was, he was spinning around like, "What do we do?"
Right. That is freaky.
That one stuck with me the most.
What if the red eyes wasn't Bigfoot? What if it was Dogman?
Now, Cody, the friend of mine that seen it first, the first 2 times, second time he got chased by it. The third time I seen it, I wasn't alone, but I was the only one that seen it. But you ask him today what he thinks that may have been. Because we didn't say it was a Dogman, we didn't say it was a Bigfoot, we just said the red eyes. The red eyes will get you.
Mm-hmm.
You ask him today, he'll tell you he thinks it had canine style ears.
That's what I'm saying. I interviewed a couple from Mississippi This podcast will be live in about 2 or 3 weeks. But the lady kept saying, those eyes. She's like, it had red glowing eyes. I was like a taillight? She's like, no, not like a taillight. It was
Like
brighter.
lasers.
She's like, yeah, she was like, it was brighter. I was like, what's brighter than taillights? I was
You'll
like
never forget
holes in the fire. She's like, I don't know, those eyes.
Burned into your soul.
Yeah, it burned into her soul.
I had
I feel bad for her.
PTSD over it.
Really?
Yeah. Every time you see them little reflectors into people's driveways or in their mailboxes, that's the first thing you think of.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that, because when I see mannequins, like for example, one of my neighbors put up like Halloween decorations, and he's got a mannequin up there, and it gives me PTSD. Like I Am Legend. You know, when he sees mannequins, like he freaks out. I do the same thing, because that shadow person I saw looked like an ink black mannequin.
Like
more built though.
Like a jumpsuit onesie things.
Yeah, for some reason, like it really it freaks me out.
I believe you on that, because I've heard other stories that had the same description.
I've never heard anyone say that, so the fact that somebody else's description lines up with mine is freaky. Dude, it looked like a hole in the ground just opened up, a ink black hole. I'm like, what the hell is that? And this figure stood up out of it. It was a portal. I don't care what people say.
Terrifying.
And I don't know, like I definitely think, I don't know, I just think it's interesting that I've seen an actual portal, because most people haven't. A lot of people suspect that cryptids come from portals, but I actually got to see one. Now, I didn't see an animal come out of it, but I saw an entity, and it was evil, dude. Like, it was pure evil.
I was listening to one on Belief Hole, and these two kids seen this big oil puddle on the side of the road riding their bikes.
Really?
They got off their bikes to investigate, and all Silver Surfer style man came out of it, grabbed him, dragged one of the kids into it. And the other kid got away, and the kid went missing for like 3 days. When he come back, when they found the kid, he was never the same. Like, and this coming from one point of view, he said my friend was not the same person.
Like someone else came back. It wasn't him.
Mm-mm.
Whatever it was took his soul. It seems like
When I
it.
heard that, I'm like, that sounds just like what you told me.
Yeah, and I would never make that up. What caused that was I was watching The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and red flag number 1 was when they were doing the exorcism, and they're like speaking Latin, and he's got like the cross up against her, and she's just completely like,
Caught something's attention.
yeah, it caught something's attention, but the power went out zoom, in the house, and I'm upstairs, and it's pitch black. It's already dark outside. I didn't realize it at the time, but when you hear paranormal researchers say that they will drain energy, like these things feed off of energy, that's what it did. It took the power out of the entire house. And red flag number 2 was when I got out that door and a black cat ran in front of me. All his hairs were staying up, and I was like, oh shit, it was just a cat. Okay, cool. I was just freaking myself out. Then I saw the hole in the ground, so I slowly walked up to it. It just looked like a puddle of ink, like black ink. And then the thing stood up out of it, and we were face to face. And it looked like the Silver Surfer, just ink black, and like a mannequin, but a built mannequin. I don't know, but you often hear that the cryptids come from portals. All right, the search continues. The trail is blocked all the way down this service road, forest road. All right, we're going down Trail X. Wow. Yeah, you can see just all the way down here. Damage. Oh. Why isn't it like diagonally across the trail? Why is it always straight? These two trees grew together, joined as one. Bunch of feathers, but I don't know to what. I think that's turkey. Huh. It just looked like a tree structure to me, so we gotta stop and check it out.
Yeah.
Just never know. Yeah, that's weird, man. Okay, so let's break this down. We have this tree, which is busted right there, and it goes up that way. But then it breaks that one at the top, and then you have this one over here. They're all kind of weaved together. What do you think, man?
I think so.
I know. Yeah, it looks like something.
That one comes up. That was bent over underneath it. So is this one bent over? That's there's no way they had enough weight to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Came from all the way over there. This one's over here. Yeah, strange. Cool. Right next to the creek too. I think that's a creek, maybe another road.
Dry creek. It's probably normally has water in it, but right now it's dry. We're in a drought.
Dude. Yes. Look at that. Nothing fell on top of this one. Both of them are bent too. This one, maybe it just grew that way, but look at that. This thing got split down in half. What would do that? I gotta look down past the cedar to see if like a big tree fell on top of it. There's nothing. That tree's way down there. Yeah.
Two of them side by side.
Yeah. Look at this. This thing came down with force.
Pine needles are still green, so it went from winter.
Yeah.
That was bent over. Yeah.
Ah, spiders. How do I have so many spiders on me?
I don't know. They're all over you. I don't think I've got maybe but one off of me.
Yeah, this is fairly fresh. You got green needles there.
Looking from the rain.
We are in Sasquatch
See
country.
why you like this spot so much.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're in here. Still green. Peeled like a banana. Nothing fell on top of it. We just found a structure over there. Like, I don't see how those trees all got bent towards that break.
Someone could say, well, it could be from storm damage. Well, what about the rest of it?
Yeah. People say that I say everything's Bigfoot. They don't know how many miles I've traveled, how much we've been looking. I just hit record when we find something, and I put all the stuff that I think is together. So to them, that's everything's Bigfoot. It's like, no,
Well,
you don't understand. I just passed like 1 billion trees within the past couple days, and I compiled the stuff that possibly could be. Do I think Bigfoot made this? I don't know. I didn't see him make it, but I know it's unusual. You can't be an investigator if you're just gonna pass everything up and not look at it critically.
I would have drove right past it if you wouldn't have been watching.
Dude.
This is what they do. They do this.
Yeah, even when I find the awesome structures that are like very geometrical, X's all over the place, people still say it's nothing.
That's crazy.
F them.
If you're going to take anybody's advice on it, it needs to be from you. It needs to be from you.
Somebody who's actually out there looking. I like the way the couch potatoes become the professionals.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what it is. I'm just sitting here watching on my TV. I'm not out there like you are. Or they claim they are. I've hunted everywhere. There's not a spot in North America I have not been to. Bull crap. Whatever. That's a lie. I call them out too. So you've been everywhere. You've been on my family's property? No, you haven't. You're from Michigan and you claim that you've been on every inch of North American soil. No way.
This is what they do right here.
Yeah. One guy said it's bots. Like in the comments saying, this person's crazy. There ain't no such thing as Bigfoot.
I could see that being a thing.
Mm-hmm. It could be. As a Bigfoot biologist, I approve this cedar tree being made by Bigfoot. But seriously, that's impressive. What do you think, Adam? What are your thoughts about this break?
I think that this style break, like this, is a prime example of what they do. This could potentially be from Sasquatch activity. You've researched this area, you know they're here, you've heard the knocks, you've heard them whoop, you've heard them vocalize. You've got the guy that lived here, plenty of encounters there.
Yeah. This is where I stood in front of a Sasquatch for an hour. It was nighttime, so I didn't see him, but he was right there in the woods, and I'm like at the edge of the yard talking to it. The wild thing is when I asked it to push over a tree, it didn't. It didn't do it right away, but like, let's say like a couple minutes later, maybe 30 seconds later, crack. And this would be the sound right here. Like something being torn apart. But it was bigger.
Wind.
That was a bigger tree. I mean,
Yeah.
he like pushed it down.
Zero wind.
Yeah. And I asked him to do wood knocks, and he'd do like loud wood knocks. Yeah. Some of the loudest wood knocks I've ever heard. But I don't know. I think it's something.
Good catch, man.
Yeah. Can't say Bigfoot did it, but I don't know if the weather did it, if another human being did it. I don't think so.
Well, as of right now, he's the prime suspect.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And they're in here.
If you have any information on the guy that did this, please contact Sasquatch Theory.
Absolutely. If you've had a Bigfoot encounter off the St. Francis River, Madison County, Ironton,
St. Francis County.
yeah, anywhere, the Current River area, let us know. We want to hear about it. We work for the government. This is why your mail never shows up on time. Just kidding. Another one. We just got in the vehicle and drove down. We gotta stop, man. I'm telling you. Nobody's gonna look except for us. U.S. Postal Service. Sasquatch researchers. Dude, it's the same type of break. Yeah. Well, there is this old log that fell, but this is way older than this cedar tree. It's still got green on it. But I see no evidence that it fell on this cedar. Yeah, same direction. Good point.
Same direction.
Wow. Look at this. Another one. Dude, look at that. Oh yeah. Directly across the trail. And yeah, let's say a tree fell on it, but again, they're pushing the trees across the trail. These creatures want to live in isolation, and they will block off the trails to protect their territory, to keep people from going back there. And it's similar to human beings putting up barn gates to block these creatures, or block people from getting into the area. We do it to keep people out, so do these things. This is a do not disturb message. I don't know, something ate a pine cone or something.
Why would you eat a pine cone? Too much fiber.
No, they have some type of nutrients in them. They eat the seeds. I can't remember, somebody explained it. I've never had
Is
a
that
pine
rock
cone thrown at me.
on top of the pines?
Look at it.
Dude, it is.
Lift it up. This will be the first time we lift it.
It is. Look, ready?
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Oh my god. On top of the green?
Yeah, it was on top of the green.
Okay. We're on to something, man. Bill, I appreciate you. If you're watching this, you let me come out there. You told your encounters on the channel, and we're researching. I may not be able to get to everyone's place, but I do get out there.
We miss you, buddy.
Yep. David at the Killing Fields, if you're watching, you're next. I really am going out there soon. Just for you, dog.
It's for you, David. Two for Big D.
Yeah, Big D. Yeah, it kind of looks like a break. Maybe something broke it. Big old limb fell. Yeah, it's splintered at the top. Cool.
Slightly twisted.
Yeah. The shredded cedar, man. That is cool. Yeah.
How do we know that's related to Sasquatch activity? Because we find that in hot spots where there's stuff happening, we find that. We don't find it anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. One recording. Okay. Okay.
All right, I appreciate everyone for watching. If you guys can, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. If you've had a Bigfoot encounter in the past, feel free to contact me. And if you're having Bigfoot activity right now, I would certainly like to hear about it, especially around the Merrimack River in Missouri, the Current River, the St. Francis River, or anywhere in Missouri for that matter. You guys don't know how much it means that you watch all these videos, and your support is truly what keeps this channel going. I feel like the channel has been blacklisted and it doesn't get the attention that it did before, but nothing is going to stop me from creating these videos and looking for Sasquatch. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys, and until the next one, you guys be safe out in the woods.